Tonight's reading is awkward and weird because it is a little bit delulu. You guys have the ability to meet each other again in the future. The only problem right here is that this person struggles with understanding their emotions and letting go of the past. They're currently going through a lot of conflict, specifically mentally, but because they neglect their healing. I want you to acknowledge that you're finding happiness and balance without them, but they're specifically not going through the best energy right now. Let's dive into this 10-minute Delulu reading. Let's dive into your Delulu reading of the night. Okay, let's see if you and your person are going to reconnect. But I specifically want to see how things went down, even if that part matches, stay. If it doesn't, move on. A better reading would always find you. How did you guys meet, and how did your relationship came to be? And will you guys ever reconnect? I have the Page of Swords, and I have the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. They came after you, and they came after you through a message, through social media, or through a small conversation with the Page of Swords right here. Even though it's in reverse, they were the ones that actively pursued you first porque estaban curiosos de ti. They were basically curious about you, or they basically were intrigued by your energy of how you held yourself with the Two of Pentacles, and I feel like they told you this. When they showed up, they said that one thing that attracted you to them was their energy, was your energy, with the Ten of Cups being right here. The Two of Pentacles, I honestly do feel like once you and this person met, this person was not done with their healing, right? So they could have from a past relationship, from past family problems, but this person was not done with their healing, and they to a certain fact, they knew that. And you even asked them, hey, am I a rebound? Or you even thought to yourself, could I be a rebound? That's specifically what I want to know. But with Ten of Cups, I personally do feel like you did bring this person a lot of happiness. And they did bring you a lot of happiness for a while. But to a certain extent, with the Two of Pentacles, they also made you lose your balance. And you started to get this sort of energy from them, like you knew things were gonna be over even before they came to an end, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, I do see that not a lot of growth as a human being happened for you while you were in a relationship, and you specifically also noticed that there was a few things off about them, and one of those things was specifically their ego. Not that they were better than everybody else, but in a sense, it's like you did feel like they thought that they were a little bit better than everybody else, but they didn't hold that structure. And one thing that they will struggle with was taking actions with their dreams. Okay? Go ahead and give me more info. Go ahead and give me more info on how you feel about the collective. Right now, you're actually feeling very, very good financially. Right now, you're feeling very stable within yourself, within your confidence, because for a while after this ended, you did lose your sparkle. And with the Eight of Cups, you're specifically doing everything to emotionally walk away from this relationship, but it's kind of hard because once in a while you still think about them, or once in a while they show up in your mind and you ask yourself, why are you showing up in my mind? I specifically don't want you here in my mind. I want to see, give me two cards for how is the collective person feeling about them? How is the collective's person feeling about them? How is the collective's person feeling about them? We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Nine of Cups. Okay. So in their mind, they feel like both of you guys were destined to meet with the Wheel of Fortune. The thing about it is that both of you guys met when they were not in the right circumstances in their life, right? So with the Nine of Cups, it's like you were a wish fulfillment to them, and from them to you, you were the right person, but wrong timing. And I specifically want you to acknowledge that, because now we have the Ten of Cups, and now we have the Nine of Cups. But with the Five of Pentacles specifically being right here, even though it's in reverse, no, matter of fact, even though it's in reverse, you did bring them some sort of stability, and they enjoy that specific feeling with the Nine of Cups and with the Ten of Cups. With the Two of Pentacles, you did bring forth back, you did bring stability into their reality, and they're always going to remember you for that. But with the Wheel of Fortune being right here, it's like both of you guys were destined to meet, to bring each other balance, but at the same time, they really did break you. They really did put you in a situation where you lost your balance. So you feel like you were actually the one that lost here more, with the Justice being in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune signifies that even though things feel done, you and them could definitely have a good amount of unfinished business, because they were never able to offer you the closure or the communication that you wanted, with the Page of Swords being right here. I specifically want to see if they have the ability to reconnect in the future. Do they have the ability to reconnect in the future? Do they have the ability to reconnect in the future? Okay, we have the Hanged Man, we have the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Ten of Swords reverse. Then we have the Five of Wands. Right now, you're Eight of Cups reverse. Eight of Cups reverse talks about having a really hard time with no movement. But at the same time, with the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords reverse, this person heavily avoids their feelings. This person heavily neglects a lot of healing, and those things could prevent this person from moving on from you, and that's causing them a lot of conflict. With the Hanged Man, we also have this energy of them know they are stuck, or they know that they are stuck, but they're specifically not doing anything to prevent moving from you, or you moving from them specifically. There's always going to be this struggle of, with the Wheel of Fortune, with the Ten of Cups, with the Nine of Cups, with the Two of Pentacles, and with the Five of Wands. There's just always going to be this conflict of them knowing that because of them, this relationship came to an end. I'm gonna say it like it is. You guys have the ability to reconnect in the future, but it's not gonna be the way that you expected or the way that they expected. It's gonna be in the most random, most awkward ways that this could happen. But I do want you to acknowledge that with the Hanged Man, there has to be a lot of change specifically coming from them for this to play out properly. And I'm specifically feeling like, and from your side right now, I'm sorry, but it's too late to apologize, or it's too late to be regretful, o lo que ya pasó. Right? So you're definitely more in this energy of wanting to move on, find your own happiness, but it is a possibility of you guys reconnecting. The only problem is that it's gonna take a lot of change, specifically from their side. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Overall, I really hope this reading found you some sort of mental peace. Cuídate mucho.